you wanna go. Makes you wanna go. Na 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 na.
Hey there, Kaleidoscope Clan. How's everyone doing? It's Mariposa Maát. And I never say this, but to my subscribers, thank you for subscribing to my channel. If you are someone who's been here before, welcome back. And for any new people, thank you for being here. And please consider subscribing to my channel. I would love to share my thoughts and my experiences with you. So today is actually going to be the new moon in a few hours. And so I wanted to offer some thoughts about fasting during the new moons. It's, a really good thing to do for the new moon and the full moon. And the reason why you might want to consider it is because it helps to cleanse, as far as physical health, to bring balance to your body. And then also for spiritual health. During the new moon and the full moon, it's good to set out your goals, especially during the new moon, because it's like the beginning of a new cycle. And to really sit with those goals and to be in prayer. And when you fast, it makes your prayers stronger. It makes you clearer, as you know, when you eat, it makes you tired. It can, you can't really be full. Well, it's possible to be full and think clearly, but you're not as clear as you would be if you're empty. So it is something that I practice regularly. I organize myself according to the moon cycle, and it really helps me, related to cleaning my home, like, really making things, just cleaning everything, keeping everything in balance, so that during the year, all throughout the month, that you've done that work, and then you can be free, to indulge a little bit more in those kinds of things as far as eating. So I wanted to offer my thoughts on it because early on when I would fast, I would really go too hard and do it in such a way where it would make me not want to do it again. And let me say, before I really get into this though, that as a disclaimer, I am not a I've worked with health coaching, but I'm not a health professional, I'm not a doctor. And I would encourage anyone, like if you're considering any of my thoughts, to consult with your physician, because everyone's body is different and your nutrient needs would be different from other people and those kinds of things, okay? So there are different levels to fasting. If you're someone who eats meat and bread and cheese like a lot, then just not doing that during, for like 3 days is what I would say. 3 days is a good fasting amount of time. Just doing that alone is a good cleanse, Now you can also look at, of course, exactly what it is that you're eating. You could do just raw foods. You could do things like salads, fruit salads and vegetable salads and soups. That's something that I've done before when I didn't want to go too hard. And when I say soups, that would be soups without noodles, Miso soup is especially good because it's fermented and it's good, to help cleanse your body. All fermented foods are very good. You could focus on eating fermented foods, not necessarily all alone. It depends. Again, you have to see what your particular balance is. I'm just going to be offering ideas as far as things that I've done. I really love to do miso soup, and you can do that when you're just doing liquids, which is another level to fasting. So yeah, and when you're eating like your salads, you could use apple cider vinegar, which is a good fermented probiotic, which helps to cleanse you. When you do liquids, if you want to, if you need something heavier on your belly, you could do like smoothies or protein shakes. And you can add, nutrients to those things. I use maca a lot. That's very good for women specifically, but it's good for your hormones. For men also, actually, black maca is well known for helping a man's sexual potency. So men like to take that. Also, if you'd like if you're doing raw foods, you could add like popcorn just to give you something that makes you feel like you're eating a meal. I like to do popcorn and add nutritional yeast and spirulina powder, which gives you, a lot of nutrients, because that's the thing, is you don't have to miss out on nutrients. It's really important that if you do fast, that you still make sure that your body is balanced. It's not to make you sick or unbalanced. That's not the purpose. The purpose is to cleanse, okay? So yes, one of my favorite fasting foods is popcorn with nutritional yeast, which is a B vitamin supplement, and spirulina, which gives you just about all the minerals you need. So that combined with, some fruits and vegetables or some juices will give you a very good balance, even though it's very light. Now, if you don't want to do any seeds, you can go ahead and take it down to liquids also. If you feel like you need to counteract eating a lot of food, liquids are very good to focus on for 3 days. At this point, that's what I usually do now. Or, I'll just do liquids. You don't have to just do water. You could drink, healthy teas. Hot chocolate is actually good. If you make the chocolate from pure cacao, you just heat up water, put cacao powder where there's nothing else in it, not cocoa powder, but cacao ground up. Then you can add your own sweetener, which could be maple syrup or honey instead of white sugar. You don't want to have any white sugar, okay? And I would just say that overall, to never have white sugar, to make things with honey or maple syrup, because those are medicines. They're medicinal nutrients that are good for you. And again, you can add maca to the hot chocolate that you make. And I always put a sprinkle of cinnamon powder in there too. And then if you like to spice it up, you can add some cayenne pepper. If it's during the daytime, I wouldn't do that at night because that makes it a little harder for you to sleep. But you could drink hot cocoa every single day if you make it yourself and you don't add any of the bad additives. You can also add a nut milk like macadamia or almond or soya or any of those things. I would look to make them organic. However, I would not use GMO, because you don't know what's in that. So yeah, hot cocoa is something that's very good for your heart chakra. It's very nourishing, and there's nothing wrong with it. It's only the things that they add to it, the milk and the sugars that they add to chocolate that makes it unhealthy. Again, kombucha is a good thing. I wouldn't just drink kombucha, because if you drink too much, it can irritate your system, but it could be a good thing to have, at different points in your day. Very healthy. Also, like, to start your day, you could have lemon water with baking soda. That helps to cleanse your system throughout the day. And in the evening, you could have psyllium husk in water. That's something you can take, and it will help to push out any fecal matter, anything that's in your stomach still. Yeah, so all of these things are just suggestions, and again, if you're starting to feel sick or unbalanced, then you don't have to stay committed to it, but you could just work at taking definitely the heavy things out of your diet, and then finding nutritious liquids and natural vegetables and fruits. And again, I would suggest that they be organic as much as possible, simply because GMO products and things with pesticides especially can be very damaging. I haven't done a video on a particular pesticide that they use yet that I've been planning to. I'm trying to think of what the name of it is. But there's a particular pesticide that has been proven to make frogs change sex in one lifetime. And they put it in drinking water, and they put it in corn products. If you think about all the things that have corn, so whenever you get corn, make sure it's organic, please. It's very important. Stay away from corn syrup anyway, and all of the cereals and chips and all those kind of things. Make sure that those are organic always, not just during the new moon. So yeah, I encourage you. It's a really good practice to exercise discipline regularly, so that you can have no guilt when you want to enjoy yourself. And I know a lot of people, usually during the holidays, have a tendency to kind of overdo it. And, that's part of life. Sometimes we're going to overdo it. But if you put it in your practice to regularly discipline yourself around your diet, it will keep things in balance and help you to stay healthy, as long as possible. We all want to have a healthy life, and we want to be able to be fully functional as long as possible. And these are one of the ways that we can ensure that we do that, by choosing to be disciplined. So another thing that, like if you drink coffee every day, or if you, caffeine, if you take caffeine every day, if you smoke, marijuana, or, normal cigarettes, if you smoke anything, I would say also to look at it as a good time to take a break, to create some balance in your system, to not, go off the deep end with your habits. Okay? So yeah, that is what I would suggest. And again, these are things that I've done myself, and I had to learn not to go too hard. I used to go from like gorging on food to like just trying to do water, and that would make me throw up. I would really get sick, and you really just don't have to do all of that. But by making small changes, you're showing yourself, how valuable, how much you value yourself, and you're also showing God that you can be trusted to have, that you can be disciplined and stay in balance. And, when you're living a spiritual life, it's very important to be able to manage these things, to manage yourself. Okay, so thank you, Kaleidoscope Clan, for being here. I really enjoyed sharing that. And as we move into the new year, I hope that that is helpful. But this is something that is useful for all of the new moons and all of the full moons. It's good every 2 weeks to be able to change your diet a little, alter it so that you can create some balance for yourself. All right. So as always, I encourage you to continue to embody your sacred transformation. This is Mariposa Maát. Until next time, peace. Okay, so as a recap, some of the things that cut out and limit are meat, bread, cheese, alcohol, caffeine, sugar, drugs, heavy fruits, sex, and anything else that you might overdo normally. And healthy additions that you might want to consider are probiotics like kombucha and miso soup. You can use lemon and baking soda and water to cleanse. Teas, coconut water, popcorn with nutrients, smoothies, protein shakes, salads, and psyllium husk. So those are just ideas. Again, you can look them up to get more details on how to do that. And good luck to you. Happy cleansing.